Hi everyone, welcome to today's tour of St Bridget's Church in Skenfrith. This is a beautiful Grade 1 listed building and it was designated that back in the 19th of November 1953, and because of that the church is open every day. It has a rather unusual looking tower and it's topped with this lovely dovecot belfry. The walls on the tower are actually 5 foot thick. You can always tell a nice church by its porch, and this one doesn't disappoint. Look at this lovely barrel type ceiling. It's got a fabulous door, a door within a door. When you enter the church, it's lovely and bright in here, and there's loads of room, plenty of seating in here. That's probably due to the two-aisled nave. The church is full of really nice large windows, but unfortunately the only one that has any stained glass bits to it is the actual altar itself. Like many of the churches around here, it has a very simple octagonal font. It looks like at one point there was plenty of wall paintings on the church, but they're all damaged now. You can't really see what they're supposed to be. It has a nice big chancel here, and the roof is beautiful, just like the porch. The stone altar is original and dates from 1207. It was thrown down at the Reformation and broken, after which it formed part of the floor for many years. It was more recently restored. The east window is made up of fragments of ancient glass and is believed to be from the 15th century. There's plenty of ledger stones in the altar. One of them belongs to a vicar that was here for 46 years, who died in 1725. The piscina is a stone basin and it's very old, believed to be from the middle of the 13th century. There's a nice looking organ here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out any information about this one. When I visit these churches, I always like to walk up the pulpit and have like a vicar's point of view. It must be quite nerve wracking to talk to a large congregation. I took another minute to admire the ceiling. If any of you have ever done building work, you'll appreciate the skill that goes into this. Scattered all across the floor, there's plenty of ledger stones, some really interesting ones. Most of them are from the 1700s, so they're in really good condition. Behind a glass case, we find the Skenfrith cope. This is believed to be from the 15th century, and it used to be used as the altar cloth. A former vicar, when asked what it was, suggested the cloak in which King John signed Magna Carta. So, whether or not there's any truth in that story, the church are very proud of it. On the wall, these two panels contain the Ten Commandments, and they are an exact replica made in 1910 of a 16th century original. There's no dates on this bit, but it's the style I really like, and it looks like it's around the 1600s to me. I'm sure there's loads of things I've missed in this church. Everywhere you look, you'll find artefacts like this, like parts of history just laying on the windowsill. There's plenty of interesting pews in the church. Some of them come from the 16th century, some from the 17th, and the more modern ones are from 1909. There's a very interesting tomb here in the church. This is the tomb of John Morgan and his wife. They were residents in this village and died in 1557. He was steward of the Duchy of Lancaster and the last governor of the well-known Three Castles. He was also Member of Parliament for the Monmouthshire boroughs in 1553 and 1554. Interestingly, the three castles I'm talking about are all ruins now. All three of them are in this local area, but one of them is very close, only about 100 metres away. So, as an extra bonus, we can go and have a look at that next as well. This church is medieval in origin, with the earliest parts believed to date from the reign of King John. The first suggested date is 1207, the same age as the stone altar. There has been several updates to the church through the centuries, and the last restoration was done in 1909 to 1910. That concludes the tour of the inside of this church. We'll have a look outside now and walk around the graveyard. After that, we'll have a little look at the castle ruins. The graveyard is well kept and there's plenty of space here. There's not that many gravestones, to be honest. There's a few old ones like this that are surrounded with the iron railings. When I was inside the church, there's a little donation box which I always leave money in, and there's also a little booklet you could buy. So I bought that. That's how I've got quite a lot of information for this video. And there's a little tiny section about the exterior, so I'll read that to you now. The outside of the church is one of the most picturesque of any village church in England and Wales. The remarkable contrived open lantern, or dovecot tower, is the most perfect example of its kind. After much thought, the front part of the churchyard was cleared in 1953 in the interest of tidiness. Our most urgent problem is the roof. It needs to be retiled and possibly retimbered in places. So you can tell by that even though it's a grade 1 listed building and it's used every week, they are a bit concerned because the cost of a new roof would be astronomical. As promised, about 100 metres down the road, we have this lovely ruins of the old castle. The Three Castles was a former medieval lordship comprising of Grosmont, White Castle, and this one, Skenfrith. They were established by the Normans in the wake of the conquest of England in 1066 to protect the route from Wales to Hereford. The current form comes from the 13th century and was possibly rebuilt the same time the church was. I previously visited White Castle and I made a small video about that, so I've done 2 out of the 3 castles, just one more to visit now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave you now. As usual, I've done some drone footage, so that shows the ruins and the church itself. So until next time, take care.